Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, the great decoupling is happening between Bitcoin and the stock market, which I'll talk about in just a moment, while Ethereum is potentially forming a new pattern again in the short term, which I'll talk about later in the video, so make sure to watch to the end. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now the price of Bitcoin is obviously still within this larger bullish trend on the larger timeframes, as we've seen since the beginning of this year, forming higher lows and higher highs. And here on the weekly timeframe, of course, the next significant area of resistance is still this price range, sitting in between approximately 36,000 to 38,000. And so obviously over the last one day, nothing much has really changed here on the weekly timeframe. So heading straight into the daily Bitcoin chart, taking a look at the price of Bitcoin here in the candlesticks and the S&P 500 or the US stock market here in this white line. And usually what we end up seeing is a correlation between the price of Bitcoin and the US stock markets. Basically, if we see stocks crashing, we usually see a crash in the price of Bitcoin, and vice versa. If the stock market is pumping, that is usually good news for Bitcoin. But obviously, the correlation over time is not 100% perfect. For example, there are deviations between this correlation. For example, just here, the US stock market was actually consolidating sideways and starting to head back to the upside, while the price of Bitcoin was actually in a correction. But what is notable on this chart right here between the S&P 500 and the price of Bitcoin is not only have we had no correlation over the last 1 month or so, we've actually had an almost perfect negative correlation or inverse correlation between the stock market and the price of Bitcoin. Because obviously, as you can see right here, in recent weeks and recent months, the price of Bitcoin has been absolutely pumping to the upside, especially over the last couple of weeks, while the stock markets, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 have been dumping in recent weeks. And in fact, if you zoom out on the daily Bitcoin chart, zoom all the way out, take a look at the last few years worth of price history, and also looking at the correlation coefficient indicator. Basically, when this correlation coefficient is in the positive region, this region up here, that means there's a positive correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market. So basically, they are moving together in the same direction. And then when there is zero correlation, which is basically around the middle here, that means Bitcoin and the stock market are just completely uncorrelated. They're doing two completely different things. And then, of course, when we see a negative correlation, which is what we're seeing right now, they are heading in the opposite direction. And usually what we end up seeing is when we have negative correlations between the stock market and the price of Bitcoin, usually during those times, we actually see the price of Bitcoin crashing and the stock market going up. So it's actually usually the stock market is bullish while Bitcoin is bearish. Like, for example, what we saw near the end of 2022, near the FTX collapse, we had a negative correlation between the stock market and the price of Bitcoin. And of course, the price of Bitcoin was crashing near the end of 2022 while the stock market was actually pumping. And that's just one example of a negative correlation. But once again, we usually end up seeing Bitcoin dumping and the stock market pumping when we have a negative correlation between these two asset classes. So basically, what we are seeing right now is actually a very rare occurrence where we're seeing the price of Bitcoin skyrocket in recent weeks while the stock market is dumping, a negative correlation that we do not usually see. And in fact, if you're looking at this correlation coefficient, this is the most negative this correlation has been since around 2019. And in fact, if you look at the overall correlation coefficient indicator, especially during around 2020 and 2021 to 2022, during this entire time period, we can see the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time, the S&P 500 and the price of Bitcoin were very much correlated. They were going in the same direction. And so basically, while that was the case, of course, there's no real reason for traditional investors who are invested in the stock market, there's no real reason for them to diversify into Bitcoin if Bitcoin is just doing the same thing as the stock market. But what we can see more recently, especially during 2023, is actually a downtrend in the correlation. Bitcoin is becoming less and less correlated between the stock market. And in fact, just recently, in recent weeks, we have an extreme negative correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market, which is a strong selling point to actually diversify into Bitcoin for people invested in stocks. And of course, just around the corner, we have a pending spot Bitcoin ETF that is soon to be approved. Obviously, that could be approved at any moment. And basically, the spot Bitcoin ETF is a vehicle to get traditional investors from the stock market into Bitcoin. And basically, when we have a negative correlation like this, that is once again a strong selling point for investors out there on Wall Street to get into Bitcoin. Because basically, if we see a US recession where the stock market absolutely dumps, if this correlation stays negative or stays uncorrelated with Bitcoin, of course, Bitcoin could continue rising even while we see a stock market crash if the correlation is negative. But it is important to understand that this is talking about the much larger moves. Of course, this is on the larger timeframes, zoomed all the way out. So obviously, when you're zooming into a much smaller time frame, looking at the shorter term, that can be a different story. And now, just before getting into some other important Bitcoin and Ethereum charts, first quickly letting you know that Bybit does have a $30,000 deposit bonus if you use the link down below in the description and in the pinned comment to simply trade crypto over on Bybit. But of course, Bybit is now a KYC exchange, and there are some restricted areas around the world where you cannot access Bybit. And so in that case, another option that I use is Bitflex, because Bitflex is just like Bybit, but basically no KYC, and you can actually access the exchange from some of those restricted areas around the world. And on top of that, right now there is an exclusive giveaway happening over at Bitflex for only those of you who sign up to Bitflex using the link down below this video in the description or in the pinned comment. And basically, if you use that link to make an account, deposit $100 or more, and make one trade on the derivatives market over at Bitflex, that automatically enters you into the giveaway for the brand new Apple Watch Series 8, which will be drawn next month. So for those of you who trade crypto anyway, you might as well check out all of that in the description down below and in the pinned comment for some extra bonuses and giveaways. But anyway, getting back into the Bitcoin part of this video, this is on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now, obviously, the daily Bitcoin RSI is still very overbought. And so as I've been saying over the last few days, this means it's extremely likely we're going to form lower highs in the daily Bitcoin RSI in the coming weeks. And that will likely happen regardless of if we see higher highs in the price or lower highs in the price, which basically means if we see lower highs in the price, obviously that means lower prices for Bitcoin. That means a pullback for the price of Bitcoin. Or if we see higher highs in the price of Bitcoin over the next few weeks, which is also a possibility, that could mean a bearish divergence if we have higher highs in the price while the RSI is forming lower highs. So this is something to think about moving forward, basically meaning we're likely going to see potentially another good buying opportunity within around 1 to 2 months from now. And if you want to know more about that potential Bitcoin buying opportunity coming within the next couple of months, check out my last 1 to 2 videos here on the channel to find out more about that. But anyway, if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, this is still looking more bullish than bearish. So of course, the trend and momentum is still more bullish than bearish. But with that being said, if you're looking at the histogram within the MACD indicator over the last 1 to 2 days, this histogram has shown a slight decrease in bullish momentum, which basically means we're beginning to consolidate at these highs. We're basically slowing down a little bit, at least in the short term, from all of this bullish price action. And as for this significant area of support, this is still sitting in between around 30.5k to 31.5k, which was previous resistance. And if you're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 1 hour Bitcoin chart, as I spoke about in my last video on the channel, we do actually have a very small bearish divergence here on the 1 hour time frame. And so as I said in my last video, back around here, we're likely going to see either a slight pullback in the short term, if not some choppy sideways price action over the next 1 day, which is pretty much exactly what we have seen as expected. And of course, as I also talked about in my last video, we did actually have a small rising wedge pattern here on the 1 hour Bitcoin chart. And considering the fact that we did already see a break to the downside below this line of support, technically speaking, this pattern is confirmed with an active price target at around 33.1k. But if we end up seeing a breakout back above around 34.6k approximately, then in that case, that would actually invalidate this bearish price target and invalidate this small rising wedge pattern on the 1 hour chart. And something else to pay attention to on the 1 hour Bitcoin chart is actually a possible ascending triangle pattern forming, because as you can see, we do potentially have some horizontal highs forming if you're looking at these candle wicks, for example. And also if you're looking at these new lows that we've seen over the last 1 day, we potentially have this ascending line of support forming here in the price of Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. And so in this case, if you're looking at this line of support and this resistance, first of all, the resistance is sitting at around 34.9k and the support is sitting at around 33.9k. And so basically, if we break below that line line of support, then once again, we still have that technical price target for this rising wedge pattern at around 33.1k. But if we actually see a confirmed breakout and invalidate this rising wedge and breakout back above these highs, above around 34.9k approximately, then in that case, looking at the technical price target for this ascending triangle pattern, that would set up a price target at around 36.7k. So in that case, we're talking about a potential 5% move to the upside in the price of Bitcoin, going straight into this major area of resistance here on the weekly time frame. But at least for now, that potential bullish price target for the price of Bitcoin is obviously not yet active because we have not yet seen a breakout above this resistance. And on top of that, of course, we still currently have a small bearish price target active for the price of Bitcoin just on the 1 hour chart, thanks to this rising wedge pattern. But remember, that price target can be invalidated if we see a breakout, especially above these previous highs. But anyway, now getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the 3-day ETH to US dollar chart. And technically speaking, the breakout for this falling wedge pattern on the 3-day ETH to US dollar chart is still currently active, meaning the price target to the upside is still currently active. And in case you're new to this channel, the price target to the upside for this falling wedge pattern is sitting at around 2.1k. But obviously, between the current price and this bullish price target, we do have levels of resistance, which here on the daily time frame, we have just recently seen a small rejection from this important area of resistance, still sitting in between around 1850 to 1890. And this area of resistance is somewhat based on previous resistance in the price, but mostly based on the volume profile indicator, showing a lot of traded volume and a lot of selling pressure around that price range, as I've been talking about over the last 1 week or so. But if we end up seeing a continued rejection from that area of resistance, then in that case, we should expect support at around 1740 to 1750 approximately, based on these previous highs, which were previous resistance, now acting as new support. But in a more bearish scenario, for example, if we broke back below around 1730, then in that case, we should have some more support down towards around 1660. But in a more bullish scenario, if we ultimately break out above around 1890, above around 1.9k, then in that case, the next important area of resistance based on a previous price action is sitting in between around $2,000 to 2030. And that area of resistance up there is basically the final resistance before we head up towards that bullish price target. But at least for now, these areas of resistance are obviously important obstacles for the price of ETH, where of course it's still possible we could experience rejections from, like what we've seen recently. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, right now the daily Ethereum MACD is still looking more bullish than bearish, so the trend and momentum is of course more bullish than bearish. But what we are seeing just over the last 1 day in the histogram within the MACD indicator, like Bitcoin, this is showing a reduction in some bullish momentum just over the last 1 day. And so basically this means just in the short term, the price is slowing down from all of that bullish price action that we've seen over the last 1 week, especially as we are now running into important resistance. And as for the daily Ethereum RSI, obviously the bullish divergence is technically still active, while the RSI is still forming this higher low structure. And staying on the daily time frame, of course, we still technically have this breakout, which is active for this broadening wedge pattern with a price target at around 1980. And the point of invalidation for this breakout to the upside would simply be a confirmed break back below around 1730. Basically, if we see that happen, that would invalidate the bullish price target and invalidate this pattern altogether. And if you're zooming into the 1 hour ETH to US dollar chart, right now we are potentially seeing a bullish flag pattern form here on the 1 hour chart, because as I mentioned in my last video on the channel, we do have some horizontal highs here in the price of ETH in the short term. But since my last video, the price of ETH actually did break down a little bit from that ascending line of support, but then we actually broke back above that line of support, which basically invalidated that line as support. But in that process, we actually made a pretty horizontal low in the price of ETH compared to these previous lows, forming a horizontal channel or a bullish flag pattern. And right now, this line of support is sitting at around 1760. So if we break below that line of support, that would invalidate the bullish flag pattern altogether. And And as for resistance, this line of resistance is still sitting at around 1850 approximately. And so that is the line of resistance that we need to see the price of ETH confirm a breakout above, and ideally around 1890 on the daily time frame. As I mentioned earlier, we have a resistance around that level. And if we see that happening, then taking a look at the technical price targets for this bull flag pattern from this low up to this high, that would set up a technical price target for the bull flag pattern at around 2.1k. And so obviously that is very interesting because 2.1k is once again the exact price target for this falling wedge pattern here on the 3-day time frame. So basically, in order to further confirm that yes, we do have a price target at 2.1k, we ideally need to see a breakout confirm above around 1850 at least. But for now, obviously the price of ETH is still in a sideways consolidation just in the short term, looking relatively neutral, especially while this bearish divergence just on the 1-hour chart is still currently playing out, because once again, as I said in my last video, this bearish divergence is active on the 1-hour time frame, meaning we're due to see reduced bullish momentum, so basically a pause from all of that previous bullish price action, and instead just in the short term, as in over the next 1 to 2 days or so, we're going to see either a slight pullback in the price, if not choppy sideways price action, which over the last 1 day has played out as expected. And over the next 1 day, I do continue to expect this type of price action that we've seen over the last 1 day basically repeat over the next 1 day, while this small bearish divergence is still active just in the short term. But believe it or not, you can still make a lot of money in crypto, no matter if the price is going to the upside, to the downside, or simply chopping around sideways in the short term like right now. And if you want to know how to profit during all of that price action, then watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish using AI, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.